Happy October 2021. I am Christine Alexandria of Angel Chatter, and we are here this month to invoke the wisdom of the Magdalene using the Empowered Heart Oracle deck. If you haven't gotten your hands on this deck yet, you might want to look it up. Yes, of course, I created it and channeled the Magdalene for the purpose of this. It's a magical story. I finally came face to face with her, so to speak, in France at her basilica. And ever since then, we have been joined at the hips, the heart, and the mind. And she brought forth this very magical deck, which I really do want to share with you. So the first card, this is a layout that she actually gave to me for the purpose of the deck. So the first card is called the Embryo. And it's where you are at this moment in your life. And the card's message is dreams. So she is saying, what are you dreaming about? What would you love to create, experience? Sometimes we get so caught up on those words, manifest and create. We feel that extra pressure. But experience seems to open up the platform, open up the endless possibilities of where we could go in our future. What we would like to see, taste, feel, experience. What would you like to hear? Think about that. So sit down and she's inviting you to write down your dreams of what you perceive right now. But remember, don't limit. So before we moved to our dreamy home here, we had an idea, but we always said that would be great and that would be lovely. And we always allowed extra, more to come forward. And you know what? Oh my gosh, they delivered that and so much more. And the next card is birth, new birth. And this one is warrior. You may not think you're ready for battle, but are you willing to stand for what you believe? Are you willing to be true to you? Don't get caught up in that fear, that anger that can be so prevalent in our society. But sit here. What really, really resonates with you? Love. Love, no matter where you are, I promise you, love always resonates. It's what do you love to do? What would you love to experience? What do you love to dream about? The warrior. How are you going to become a love warrior? Standing firm here in this knowing. Because when we're in our love, guess what? We use our inside voice. We don't have to yell. We don't have to scream. We don't have to do any of that to get our attention or get anybody's attention because we're here. We're in that confidence. We're in that power. Yeah, power of love. So where are you the warrior of love for? Card 3 is you are so funny, Magdalene. It's listening to your soul's truth. The card is listen. So she encourages you, if we're dreaming about what we wish to experience, right? We are then thinking about what we stand on as far as love. What is our love platform? Are we listening? Are we really pulling back, letting our heart come forward and listen? This is going to be an interesting month for all of us because we have Mercury in retrograde. But this is the golden opportunity to listen. Don't think of Mercury in retrograde as this really, really bad thing. Last week's blog post I shared, look at it as the gift that it is of being quiet, listening to our soul's truth. What do we really wish to experience? How do we really wish to show up in the world? How do we really wish to be? It may be different than what you think you're supposed to be doing. Just sit quietly and then take rapid notes. Promise, it's going to be rather fabulous. The next card is more about a healing. What could we, never should, what could we do in the coming days, weeks, months, to help facilitate our healing process. And this one is about as much for me as it is for you. It's exercise. So since we've been here, I have been very caught up in getting things ready for private weekend clients, painting, because painting for me really shifts the energy. And of course, unpacking hundreds and hundreds of boxes. So I've been exercising, but not in that outdoors way. I've been playing in the garden, but I haven't gone on any magical woodland walks. I haven't lifted weights. I haven't done my yoga. So, as much for me as it is for you, it is indeed time to revisit and think about our exercise. Not just, oh, I have to go to the gym or I have to go exercise, because that's so boring, right? So now it's going, okay, now I love to do, sorry, I have hair in my mouth. I love to do this. Like, I really do love yoga. And I have no excuse, because there is a yoga class right here in our neighborhood every Thursday night. I have no excuse. I can go. So feel free to ping me and ask, hey, Chris, did you go to yoga yet? That's going to help encourage me. And I'm going to throw it right back into you and say, hey, what have you done for you lately in the form of exercise? Because when we do exercise, it does help release toxins. It does elevate all those happy juices within us, and we feel more centered. We feel better about ourselves. We can lift heavier weights. You know, one of my children is now deadlifting 175 pounds. And guess what? She's a goddess. It is not a guy. 175 pounds. Exercise. She feels fabulous when she leaves the gym. So what are you doing for you in the form of exercise to help not only your mental faculties, but really jazz up this sacred vessel that's known as our physical body? That's a big challenge. There you go. So now, is the rising card. Love these cards. Perseverance. She says you are indeed lifting up to the cream of the crop, just like cream does. So don't give up. Do not give up. Never release your dreams. Don't let somebody's bad day affect your path. Just because they may have had a bad day and are a little bit snarky to you does not mean what you are doing is not worthwhile. Don't let your lack of sleep, lack of exercise, lack of maybe not eating as well as you could stop you from going forward. So that's going to go back to exercise. So what are you doing for you, excuse me, to help you persevere, to help you to stick to your love platform so you can help others? It doesn't matter how many you help, because there's always that ripple effect. You help one person, you inspire one person. I inspire people on a regular basis with my nonsense, but I know many people have seen me pick up a plastic bottle, an aluminum can, and put it in the trash, because then I have turned around and seen them pick things up. You inspire people by your actions. So don't give up. Persevere and be true to you. It's so worth it, because you're doing what you love. You're doing what makes you happy. And when you're doing what makes you happy, guess what? You're being true to you. And how you speak, how you talk, how you dress, all begins to shift, because it's a better reflection of who you are, not what you think the world wants to see. You're being true to you. You ready? I am. Card 6. Now we get to begin anew. We get to start over. We're turning over this fresh leaf. We're being more conscientious, more conscious of our love platform. We're persevering. We're taking care of ourselves because we're listening to our dreams. So this new beginning is leap. How are you leaping taking those, not Mother May I, we used to play that game when we were little. It's not those games, but it's taking those leaps of faith, knowing full well you're not going to fall. You may stumble. I know I've stumbled because we hit it, but it wasn't a perfect 10 landing. And that's okay, because it gave us a few moments to catch our breath, rethink of how we wish to show up in the world, and hone it in a little bit. Because here's the secret. Guess what? You, me, we're perfectly imperfect, which means everything we do can be improved upon. Every single thing we do can be better. Now, some of you, and I hope not, can use that as an excuse to continue to hide. But the other side of that, oh my gosh, it's so liberating. You mean, wait, what? Everything I do is going to be imperfect? Let's just put it on out there and see what happens. It's a fabulous way to live and to be. I just released to my students at the retreat the BU journal. They're loving it. But I asked them, I said, hey, look it, we made it as perfect as we could, but we know it can be better. So if you have any suggestions for edits or typos we missed, bring them on. Because when I present it to you, who may not be a student of mine yet, I want it to be even better. Now, the old me, a few years ago me, would have been so upset that there was a typo. Oh, I did it wrong. You know what? You can't be perfect. It's impossible because we're perfectly imperfect. Isn't that like deliciously liberating? Oh, I think so. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Now, card 7. Ooh, here is now your legacy. Magic happens. Think about that. Let that settle in. Magic happens. And she wants me to read you the card. Miracles occur when you relax into the present moment. Repeat that. Miracles occur when you relax into the present moment. Here I am recording for you, but we're connecting in this moment no matter when you watch this video. Miracles are happening right now. When you allow yourself to dream, stand on your love platform. Exercise, take care of your sacred vessel because you're listening to your soul's calling. You're listening to your soul's whisper. You're persevering. No, this is what I want to do. This is what I feel called to do. This is what I love doing. Magic happens. So if you really like this reading, it is indeed from, I almost had it upside down, the Empowered Heart deck. Just came out this past July of 2021. It's magical. It's so powerful. And if you would like your one-on-one reading with you, me, and the Magdalene. So it's really you and the Magdalene because I'm channeling her just for you. Pop me a note below this video and we can chat. I am Christine Alexandria of Angel Chatter, and I wish you a very magical October. See you next month.